Hey guys, another little mini layout update over here. We're gonna finally finish off this little section of new track that we put into the industry here. I figure I'd just toss this in to kind of show you how I do it, because I actually had quite a few comments, kind of surprised at how to get the the little portion here on the inside of the rail done. Now, I had some good comments. Somebody said to use a NMRA track gauge, just kind of run it along there, while the plaster is still a little soft. What I did do was I took another car and the other day and just took one of my box cars, whatever, put it on there, kind of pressed it down and ran it back and forth along here, and that created the little indentation over here, at least the beginnings of it. But the final thing I'm going to do is just take an old X-Acto blade like this, and I'm just going to run it along the edge here. And I already did a little bit right there. And of course this is going to kind of scrape the paint off, but you can see I'm just running it down there all the way along and just creating that groove. All right, and then you kind of get in there, you clean this up with the little vacuum and stuff like that. And you'll have to go back with a little bit of paint, because as you can see, you get white sitting there, but not a big deal. That's how I get that groove in there. And it also tends to clean up the side of the rail too, right? You're getting that plaster off of there, so you get a good connection. So that's how I'm going to do that. It's the way I did it over here. If you look at this rail on the other side, you can see same thing, kind of scraped in there, and then just ran a little bit more paint in there with a little paintbrush, just to color in the white of the plaster, right? So I'm gonna get to going and doing that, and then we'll run a train over here and see how it looks. All right, so what I did was cleaned everything up and just did a little bit of touch-up work with the paint where the rails are on the inside of the rails, and just kind of made sure none of the white spackle was showing or anything like that. And came in here, cleaned up all of this stuff. A little bit of extra work needs to be done right there. I think I'm going to get a piece of styrene and kind of place that in the center there between the points, right? Is that what it's called? Same thing over here, with that one's been like that forever. But we're ready to run a train through here and see how it does. Let's get fired up. We'll take the existing track right now, just to kind of run through the turnout right here. And so far so good. I did clean up the points a little bit. I might have to do a little bit, there's a little bit of a settling in period right there. I can see it kind of stuttering a little bit. Just need to kind of clean it up maybe just a tiny bit more. But you can see the locomotive runs through there without any problems. All right, let's run it back there and take it down a new track. And plastering like this, it's don't get freaked out if the locomotive isn't running like absolutely perfect. I can see it kind of just stutters right over there just a little bit. There's probably just a little bit of more cleanup I need to do on the inside of the rail, but hey, it's working. And actually, the more you run through there, it might just clear itself out, right? All right, we'll stop over here. Let's go ahead and throw this turnout right here. I did clean the points right there with a little bit of, well, you know what I use? I use airbrush cleaner, because that stuff just takes all the crud out from the inside of the points right there. Watch them run down a new track. I haven't done this yet since I cleaned it up, so we'll quickly find out if I got to do any more work, but so far looking good. No flickering on the lights right there. And even with the current keeper, if it starts losing the connectivity for more than just a split second, it will cause the lights to flicker just a little tiny bit, but I'm not getting anything here. And that wasn't the locomotive making that sound. I got my shop vac over here I'm stepping on. Gonna be a little horn here. Yep, looking good. Just to make sure we don't run off the end here, I gotta get a stop over there. I'm all out. I used all my stops. All right. So there you go. This is the final part. I'm not going to talk about this thing anymore. We're just going to run operations in here in the next video. So there you go. That whole series of little videos there hopefully documents and helps some people out, gives them some ideas, you know. You get scared about embedding track into like, you know, a pavement like this. And, you know, I've seen other guys, you know, they use, you know, smooth it, and they're making forms and, you know, pouring it and all this stuff like that. And that's great. Depends on how you want to do it. Everybody has their own little idea. But it can be pretty simple, too. Just a little bit of spackle, a little bit of sanding, a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of paint. Not that big of a deal. So we'll call it quits here, and I will see you guys in the next operations video. Till next time, take care.